Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have Anka Otto-Wolf here joining us from TOLEY RANZ. Yeah, this is an amazing cartoon character that she developed. She's also an author, an award-winning life coach, veteran educator, and so much more. Welcome back to the show today. How are you?
Thank you, Jill. Oh, I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm great. You're out of, Beautiful Sedona, Arizona. Is that where you live?
Yes, I
How's
am.
the weather today?
105.
Oh, no, but it's a dry heat. It's not humid, right?
Well, that's exactly right. We only have about 15% of humidity.
Ah, that's beautiful. So 105 is
Yes,
not
it
so
is.
bad. We're in humid New York, but we're excited to have you back here. You're inspiring
Thank
so
you.
many. Let's talk a little bit about the work you do. Give us a little introduction to yourself and connecting with children's and parents' needs, and, of course, how TOLEY RANZ came about and the program itself.
Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned before, Jill, TOLEY RANZ, which is derived from the word tolerance, I just split it in half and made two names out of the first and last name, TOLEY RANZ. So it came about when I was teaching in inner city schools in Norfolk, Virginia. And those sixth graders, they came to school in the morning, most times hungry. Most of them have experienced violence and neglect and horrific experiences. That's how they came into the classroom. And how can you teach? It's impossible. Hungry and unhappy children cannot learn. So all of that changed. I made teaching an adventure. Math, I created with them an invisible stage, and they had to do the measurements for stage and props. English, I taught by them writing the sketches we were later then performing. Some of the kids just were thoroughly believing in their own artistry. They began to paint and draw. So I approached teaching from a completely different aspect, which I think was instilled to me by... I grew up in post-war Germany, and post-war meant nothing of nothing. Post-war meant also that our teachers were all in the war. Most of them didn't come home, or when they came home, they were incapable of teaching. So the school system had to reach out into the communities, and we ended up with a professional musician who had a physical challenge and did not go to war, but he brought his violin into our classroom.
Wow.
And the beauty of that violin and the playing was, I think it was the stillness our young souls absolutely needed, and not being pressured with, gotta learn.
Yeah.
And that just instilled my love for art. I went to study music, and then I just felt I had to give that on, and I just loved teaching. I still do.
Oh, well.
And to see that aha moment in a child's face and energy, it's the reward one needs as a
Well,
teacher.
I hear the excitement in your voice, and clearly by seeing what you do, I've been on the website, and of course our listeners, I hope, let's urge them to go to the website. How do we share that? What would you like them to know? How can we reach you? And then we'll get into the overview of this character who's just amazing and gender neutral, by the way. Pretty cool. I love it. I love this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody out there, you can reach TOLEY RANZ and me at www.toleyranz.com. TOLEY RANZ we spell TOLEYRANZ. TOLEYRANZ.com. Or you can call me right here in Sedona, 928-254-1860. 579.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So let's get started and get into more of an overview of this character specifically. Tell us more about them, please.
Toley Ranz is, when Toley Ranz was born, came alive within that school setting I mentioned a while ago, in the classroom. I needed a character removed, kind of like a mediator. And that's when I created a character. And the children referred to this character. And you must imagine these kids were sixth graders, between 12 and 14. Inner city school. They were lacking everything, from food to everything. So they had something they can hold on to. It was Toley Ranz said. They said, hey, stop that. Toley Ranz said, listen to your inner voice.
Yeah.
Toley Ranz told us. It was Toley Ranz all day long, including the many afternoon hours when they stayed in the classroom doing their theater sketches, writing, creating actually what Toley Ranz represents. And that is still with Toley Ranz today.
Yeah.
And what it means is Toley Ranz actually represents a child's inner voice of right and wrong.
Wow.
Do you know that gut feeling you and I have too when something is wrong?
Yep.
That is that gut feeling, and that is Toley Ranz whispering to a child.
Yep. Wow. Well, thank you for elaborating and sharing that with us. We're excited to have you. Excited to talk more about Toley Ranz. And also, let's continue the conversation here if we can. Want to know, by the way, the book, okay? Stopping Bullying, Self-Belief, Thoughtful Awareness. How many books do you have?
Well, at the moment I have the 3 books, which I just republished, and they are now in one. The 3 stories, Toley Ranz stories, in one book. They're on Amazon. You can find it on the website, in the shop. And those are the stories of a little boy who loves to play soccer, and he also loves a purple pencil. And, of course, he's being teased because that's a sissy color. And how he overcomes with the help of Toley Ranz that and stands up to the bullies in the classroom. Matter of fact, he wins them over later on.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. I love it. By the way, we also want to point out you are an award-winning author, shamanic life coach, veteran educator, and you've been working with children for such a long time. And now you're helping parents, grandparents, teachers with all your self-care strategies and tools. And again, I urge that they go to ToleyRanz.com, TOLEYRANZ.com. And let's talk more about its job, of instilling feelings of being loved, security, and belonging, and how does it teach it? Could you share more on that?
Yes, of course. I'd love to. Well, Toley Ranz, let me give you a very small example from a school for challenged children. There are 7 children in one classroom from the age 6 to 14. And the teacher just sent me a list of how the children have reacted to Toley Ranz. Now, don't forget, Toley Ranz is a talking plush toy. And when they squeeze the hand of Toley, it says, listen to yourself. Good job. I believe in you. And it's a conversation with the child. And these children who are challenged have no bonding to society, to family. They are bonding with Toley Ranz. They are using Toley Ranz as their mediator to talk to the teacher. Children who have been silent for years are talking through the help of TOLEY RANZ with the teacher. And this is not only for challenged children. In our program, just recently in the Camp Verde Library, children came and didn't say one word the first few meetings. Then all of a sudden, TOLEY RANZ just told me whatever the children just felt like. TOLEY RANZ gives the children the permission to express their feelings.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love that you let everyone do this and speak their feelings, speak their mind, and help people work with them that way. So really making ethical, you say, decision-making skills, responsible social behaviors, and encouraging so much. It's definitely dependable, awakens curiosity as well. And how does it, teach it?
Yeah, there is one big thing is so many parents have two jobs. They don't have time for children. So much emotional is lacking, and the parents need help. So the parents come first. Their self-care is the first step. Only when they're okay, the kids are okay. So all the self-care for parents is part of the TOLEY RANZ program.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're excited to have you here. I want to remind everyone how to reach you. We want to talk more about parents and children, emotional well-being, and, of course, we're going to go over the whole TOLEY RANZ program and how we can really transform lives. So we got to take a quick break here first to start. So if you don't mind reminding us how we can reach you once again.
That is TOLEYRANZ.com, TOLEYRANZ.com, or my phone number, 928-254-1879, or info@TOLEYRANZ.com.
Beautiful. All right, stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back with more. Don't go anywhere.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you're a woman over 40 who wants to finally lose that extra weight for good, you need to hear this. You don't fail at diets. Diets fail you. You deserve a better way, and I have it for you. I'm Karuna May, and I have a life-changing system that gives you exactly what you need to lose that stubborn weight and keep it off for good. Download my free guide at karunamay.coach to learn what you need to know to drop 10 pounds while leaving diet culture in the dust. That's KARUNAMAY.coach.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Hey, welcome to Everything Outdoors. Can I help you find anything?
Hey, yeah. Can you point us to the camping gear?
Sure, aisle 2.
Snowboarding? Just bought a new Nissan Pathfinder. It's got intelligent 4x4, and we want to hit the backcountry.
Aisle 18.
And the boats?
Are you sure you can do all this?
Up to 6,000 pounds towing, we're good to go. Oh, where's the scuba gear?
Return to rugged in the all-new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. Available intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capability varies by configuration. See Nissan Owner's Manual for proper use.
Welcome to Philo, where you can get more than 60 channels for $25 and DVR for days. We've got hip-hop for lovers, renovations for brothers, pups for preschoolers, and hugs for hallmarkies. Start your free trial and find out more at philo.tv.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We're so excited to have our friend, life coach, and author joining us today. It's all about TOLEY RANZ, like tolerance. Yes, this is it. Anka Otto-Wolf here is an award-winning life coach, veteran educator, and author, talking about her amazing character that really helps promotes emotional well-being and so much more. Even parent self-care, you say, is a priority, right?
Absolutely, yes. I would say that comes first.
Yeah.
Parents cannot help their children and teach them preventive measures if they don't feel right themselves about themselves.
Well, also here, part of topic 2 is about that. I'm okay, you're okay. You mentioned becoming an emotional detective to help your children. Could you share more details on that?
Yeah, it's playing the detective, emotional detective, means actually when our children, now you'll know that I do focus on children between approximately 5 and 10, the young child, not the toddler and not the preteen, the young child, because those years are the most vulnerable of what's coming from the outside. And that's when parents really need to be aware of, why is he crying? Why is she not eating? Why does she want to stay in her room? Why is he not going outside playing soccer, like Sammy in the book? Those are signs, and that is when, a parent needs to be aware, really aware. And that is playing the emotional detective. When a child cries, there is a reason. That doesn't mean that we have to give in every time. No. But the reason to find out is not saying, stop crying, tell me what's going on. No. We need to maybe sit on the floor next to the child. Now, the parents listening to us probably will say, I don't have time for that. I hear you. I know that's the problem.
Yep.
But that child has no way out of that struggle.
No.
And we parents, we adults, have to be that detective to find out why the child is sitting in the corner crying.
Yeah, you mentioned we have to get that clear understanding, and there's so many frustrations. Look, I have a 6 and 8-year-old. I can relate to children, and I'm sure you and all your life experience with children. And there's a reason why they're emotional. There's maybe they're frustrated for certain reasons, but it's good to be that detective to uncover what they're experiencing because you want to protect them.
Yes. So, Jill, you just mentioned 6 and 8.
Yes.
Didn't you have one day that in the morning you said, Mom, I don't want to go to school. My tummy hurts. And you said, come on, you're not ill. Come on, drink a glass of milk or juice and go on. Everything is okay. And the child goes to school. You only learned the afternoon or days later that on that day when your child couldn't go or didn't want to go to school because the tummy hurt, you find out there was a bully, didn't study for a test, and the principal, blah, blah, blah. And what happened? Your child told you what the intuition is telling the solar plexus, which of course the child has no idea about, but has tummy ache. And you didn't listen as a parent.
Yeah.
A child has a right for a Blue Monday without any punishment.
Yeah, and that's hard.
And that's when the detective comes in as a parent.
I know. Even like days my son's crying, he's upset, and I said, no. I said, and then I realized I stop, I take back, and I walk away. I said, look, you know what? You have every right to feel what you're feeling, and it's okay.
There we go.
You could be upset.
That's
you could be mad, and when you're ready to talk to me, I'm here. I'm supportive. Go be angry. Go be mad. You have the right to feel that way, I tell him. And then, and then he comes back later, and he mushes up, and, it takes some time. Everyone needs their own time, and you have to be supportive and not tell the kid, don't be mad, don't be sad. that's their right, you know?
Yep, that's so very true. And, Jill, let's face it, we as parents, no matter what age group we are and how old or young our kids are, sometimes we don't, or many times, or even too often, we do not take the time to answer kindly. We are abrupt, and that scares children. And that's not prevention. Prevention is what you just said. Come on, share. Tell me what's going on. Go ahead. I know you feel. I hear you. I feel you. That's what where we can help with prevention and teaching them that they have the right to cry, that it is okay to cry. So, in what you just said about the ages in your children, that's exactly where TOLEY RANZ comes in. Before the adversities of pre-teenage years, that is, young children have to be strengthened from within.
Well, thank you for sharing this, and thank you for being so open and helpful of these children and doing what you do. Well, let's continue this topic. We want to raise strong kids, and therefore, I want to find out more about TOLEY RANZ and, of course, the program you offer as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Programs for classrooms at home, for, as I mentioned, children, for challenged children. We put it in libraries where children come during the summer. We're looking to put them into Boys and Girls Clubs. It is everywhere. And one of the biggest points for the program is it doesn't take any curriculum adjustment. It is a lifestyle.
Hi, did you hear me?
No, I did not hear you.
Yeah, you went blank for a second. I was just saying that the time is now to really transform that life. And you mentioned, reaching the soul of a child. And this is not a course, right? This is not a one-time presentation or a digital click. Explain this comprehensive prevention approach of what you're, reaching out to people today to share with them.
Oh, I'd be happy to. But, Jill, we need a whole program for that one. But let me just go into it. Yes, it is not a course. It is not a webinar. It is a lifestyle. Reaching the soul of a child means we're transforming that child's life. And I'm reaching back into when I was introduced after the war to the violin, play, music, what it did for and how it changed my life. It thoroughly hit my soul and changed me and gave me the strength to go on in that war-torn and then later divided Germany. So TOLEY RANZ program is an ongoing program. We start, the main thing is to look at the character, see what TOLEY RANZ represents. Then we just gently introduce that character by awakening curiosity in children. What is that? Who is that? What's he doing? What's she doing? Or it. I really, really would like that we get into the habit that TOLEY RANZ is an it, a plush toy, a cartoon representing it, a child's inner voice. So, by introducing TOLEY RANZ slowly, we have books, coloring, we have a 10-point honor code, we have reward cards, we have games, and there's everything a child needs. But that is not for the day in school. That is like, it accompanies a child 24/7. When parents and teachers are ready and willing to bring it into their daily activities. As an example, a kindergarten teacher used the whisper of TOLEY RANZ, we use that to have our children recognize when they did things they weren't supposed to do. And other children said, "Hey, Johnny, you're not supposed to do that," Toley Ranz said. They were kind of correcting each other. And that flooded the kindergarten classroom. The reactions of children by having something to lean on, to bond, to be a friend, to be non-judgmental friends. That is what Toley Ranz represents for a child. There are 3.5-year-olds I know of who sit Toley Ranz in a chair instead of throwing that plush toy in the box with the others. Because Toley Ranz talks. Toley Ranz interacts with a child's needs. The respect for that talking plush toy, it's almost built in by nature. It's amazing how that works. It's a complete different approach to anti-bullying, to prevention.
And unfortunately, we are almost out of time. I know we're almost through all the notes. What else did you want to add in our last 2 minutes? Just want to make sure we're covering everything for you today.
Jill, it's impossible.
I know.
Everything. Because Toley Ranz program is huge. It's big. It's been proven. It is working beautifully. And there is one thing maybe we can touch on that the next time. I would like to really go into the anti-bullying. It's not really working. I believe that we need to go and use the word before that represents prevention. If we use the damage is done. We need to do something before, and that's what we, and Toley Ranz and I and everybody else around us is committed to. We need to prevent before children have or display emotional issues.
Well, thank you for being here, reminding us of this. And again, the Toley Ranz program, to find out more information, and the Toley plush. We have a plush doll?
Yeah.
Yay! Tell us about that before we go.
Okay. Toley Ranz plush doll is a beautifully crafted doll with a crazy headgear of kind of dreadlocks and colorful and a smiling open face. Like you said, non-gender, definitely non-gender. Whether children dress this doll in dresses or a jacket, taking off the blue jacket and putting on the red one, it doesn't matter. Holding a purple pencil, reading the books while holding that beautiful 12-inch doll, it doesn't matter. Toley Ranz is part of a young child's life.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us. And would you mind just sharing how we can reach you one more time?
Yes, please. I'd love it. www.toleyranz.com, TOLEYRANZ.com, or info@ToleyRanz. And the phone number, 928-254-1879.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for today. Pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for inspiring. And reach out to her with questions. Have a fantastic day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh, yeah. seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is, busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.